It's played in the streets of Dhaka, the favelas of Rio, and the skyscraper parks of Tokyo. It's whispered in chants across Istanbul and roared in unison on the terraces of Liverpool. Football is not just the world's most popular sport, it's the world's most common language. Over 3.5 billion people, more than half the human population, call themselves football fans. That's more than all followers of any religion, more than all social media users, more than the total population of the next three most popular sports combined. In the United States alone, once considered football's final frontier, 62 million Americans are now regular followers of the game. And with the 2026 World Cup set to be hosted across the US, Canada, and Mexico, that number is set to explode. What drives this passion? It's more than goals or glory. It's culture, identity, belonging. For billions of people, football is more than entertainment. It's ritual. It's the father taking his son to their first match, the grandmother cheering for her local team from a dusty radio, the teenager copying Neymar's footwork in a YouTube clip. In 2022, the FIFA World Cup reached over 5 billion viewers, nearly two-thirds of humanity. The final alone between Argentina and France drew 1.5 billion viewers, making it the most watched sporting event in human history. And this is just the beginning. According to global trend analysts, football's fan base is expected to exceed 4 billion by 2035, fueled by rising populations in Africa and Asia, cheap smartphones, and increased access to streaming platforms. Football is going global in ways the founders of the game never imagined. But beyond the flags and rivalries, there's something deeper at work. Football is one of the last few arenas where a child from a Lagos slum or a São Paulo favela can dream and actually make it to the world stage. It's aspirational, it's democratic, and it's overwhelmingly human. Because while football may be built on dreams, it's sustained by data, dollars, and disruption. And that's where our story takes a sharp turn. If football is the world's most beloved language, then money is the translator that shapes what gets said, when, and where. Behind every goal, every transfer, and every celebration, there's a sophisticated global economy powering the game. Every season, billions flow across borders, from broadcasting contracts to player transfers, from betting platforms to boot sponsorships. Football is no longer just a sport, it's a mega industry, rivaling oil, tech, and entertainment. Europe's top 5 leagues, England's Premier League, Spain's La Liga, Germany's Bundesliga, Italy's Serie A, and France's Ligue 1, generated over 20.4 billion in revenue in the 2023 to 2024 season alone. Despite a pandemic-induced slowdown just a few years ago, football bounced back, stronger, richer, more interconnected. 10 clubs, over 7.6 billion euros combined. Real Madrid became the first club in history to generate over 1 billion euros in a single season. And that's not just trophies. It's merchandising, ticket sales, licensing, global digital content, and multinational sponsorships. Take Real Madrid's Santiago Bernabeu. The recent renovation turned it from a stadium into a year-round entertainment and revenue machine. Matchday income soared to 248 million euros thanks to flexible stands, high-end hospitality, and digital fan experiences. And it's not just about big clubs. Smaller clubs, when managed right, are now mini-corporations. Tottenham Hotspur's matchday income crossed 123 million euros last season. Arsenal earned 153 million euros. Paris Saint-Germain, 168 million euros. These numbers rival luxury hotel chains. The average match-going fan in the top leagues spends between 80 euros to 150 euros per game. Tickets, travel, food, and merchandise included. Multiply that across millions, and you have a financial river flowing directly into the sport's arteries. And then there's the digital explosion. A 10-year-old in Nairobi can buy a Man City jersey and follow every training update on TikTok. That kind of global fandom translates to global monetization. Clubs today think less like local teams and more like Netflix franchises. Football's governing bodies are also part of this machine. UEFA, FIFA, La Liga, the FA, these institutions generate billions annually. And with every Champions League cycle or international tournament, their coffers swell. Revenue flows are no longer one-directional. European clubs are investing in US MLS teams. Gulf states are buying up European clubs. US firms are acquiring broadcasting rights in Asia. It's a web, a decentralized, digital marketplace of football capital. But with money comes control, influence, pressure, and a widening gap between the elite and the rest. Critics say the game is losing its soul, but others argue it's entering a new golden age, one where smart technology could level the playing field. There was a time when football lived only in stadiums. If you weren't there in person, you missed it. But that time is long gone. Because today, football isn't just seen, it's streamed, sliced, analyzed, and sold in ways its early pioneers could never have imagined. Broadcasting isn't just a revenue stream, it's the single most powerful force shaping the global game. In the 2023-24 season, broadcasting rights alone accounted for more than 50% of revenue for Europe's top 5 leagues. In total, the English Premier League alone distributed over £2.4 billion in broadcasting income last season. That's money directly reaching club bank accounts, fueling transfers, infrastructure, and player wages. The Premier League is now televised in 212 territories and reaches over 643 million homes, giving it a potential global audience of more than 4.7 billion people. Football's digital transformation means fans no longer rely on cable packages or fixed schedules. With smartphones, apps, and smart TVs, the game is in your pocket, on your train ride, on your coffee break. It's everywhere. In the United States, viewership has surged. In 2024, 36.2 million Americans watched Premier League matches, a massive leap from the 2000s. NBC and Peacock now consider football one of their fastest-growing sports assets. International tournaments raise the bar even higher. The 2022 World Cup final between Argentina and France pulled in a global audience of 1.5 billion viewers. That's more than 10 times the Super Bowl. UEFA's Champions League is now valued at over €2 billion per season in broadcast rights alone. That's more than the GDP of some small countries. For FIFA, the World Cup remains the single most lucrative product in sports history. Over $3 billion in TV rights for a single event. UEFA's tournaments aren't far behind. Football's governing bodies don't just oversee rules. They are, in many ways, media companies, and their products, from the Champions League to the Nations League, are built to be broadcast-first experiences. And now clubs want a slice of the broadcasting pie too. From Manchester United to Real Madrid, teams are investing in their own streaming services, documentaries, behind-the-scenes content. They're turning fans into subscribers. But with this shift comes new challenges: platform fragmentation, rising costs for fans, and unequal revenue splits between top clubs and lower league teams. As money grows, so do the stakes. While stadiums roar and players chase glory, another game has been developing off the pitch. Digital, invisible, and increasingly unstoppable. blockchain, cryptocurrency, fan tokens, betting. Together, they're rewriting the rules of money, and football is squarely in their sights. In the last decade, emerging tech has quietly infiltrated the football industry, not just as tools, but as industries in their own right. Crypto exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, and Bitfinex are now household names, processing billions in daily volume. And many of them are watching football closely. It started with sponsorships. Crypto.com was a headline sponsor for the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Binance launched branded partnerships with clubs like Lazio, Porto, and Santos. For many fans, it was the first time crypto met football. Then came the fan tokens. Through platforms like socios.com, clubs from Barcelona to Arsenal began selling digital tokens, offering voting rights on minor club decisions. Shirt designs, team slogans, even warm-up songs. Some clubs raised millions, but outside superfans and crypto enthusiasts, mainstream engagement stalled. There were too many platforms, no real use beyond novelty, and markets that crashed as fast as they climbed. Other experiments followed. FootballGoalCoin.io tried to blend fantasy football with tokenomics. EA Sports launched FC Coin to support its rebranded gaming ecosystem. FIFA dabbled in blockchain collectibles, but a familiar pattern emerged. Small spikes, then silence. The problem? Fragmentation. Poor usability. No integrated ecosystem. Most projects built just one piece of the puzzle. A token here, a betting interface there. But none unified football's emotional core with digital economic utility. Meanwhile, gambling surged ahead. Betting is now embedded into nearly every major football broadcast. In 2024, over $100 billion was wagered globally on football matches alone, legally. Add unregulated markets, and the figure doubles. This imbalance between participation and value is the opportunity emerging tech has been trying to fix. But so far, none have cracked the code. What if there were a way to flip this? To let fans profit when their team scores? To unite blockchain, exchanges, betting, and payments into one seamless ecosystem? That solution may finally be here. Imagine a football economy where fans are more than spectators, where every goal scored can be turned into cryptocurrency, where your passion, not just your money, fuels your return. Welcome to the world of FootballGoalCoin. FootballGoalCoin, or FGC, isn't just a serious cryptocurrency. It's a complete ecosystem built specifically for the global game. It combines 4 pillars rarely seen together in one project. A dedicated blockchain for fast, secure, and scalable transactions. Crypto exchange allowing instant trades and liquidity. A goal-to-coin mining model that converts match goals into a serious cryptocurrency. A global payment platform designed for real-world usability. Designed to handle the volume of global traders and fans engaging during matches. It's fast, energy efficient, and tailored for sport-related data. Here's where it gets revolutionary. With FGC, goals are money. Literally, you ready your mining credits before kickoff. You wait for a goal to be scored, and then you mine that goal before somebody else does. Every real-life goal can be mined into a new FGC coin. Instead of losing money when you bet, you mine value when the player or team delivers FootballGoalCoin. Many crypto projects stay in the digital world. FootballGoalCoin crosses into real life. Through its payment network, fans and investors will be able to use their coins for not just to trade, purchase, peer-to-peer transfers, but also for global remittance and everything money can do. The long-term vision is clear. make FootballGoalCoin and its FGC cryptocurrency is usable as PayPal, but powered by global football and sports community itself. How big could it get? Let's talk numbers. Crypto exchanges like Binance generate over $20 billion per year. Fintech platforms like PayPal and Stripe, up to $50 to $100 billion. Gambling and sports betting, over $200 billion annually. Now imagine a project that sits at the intersection of all three: crypto, fintech, and football betting. If FootballGoalCoin captures even 1% of the global football economy, that's €5 billion per year in potential turnover. Early projections estimate the token itself, FGC, could reach a market cap of $1 to $2 billion in the next 5 to 10 years, depending on global uptake, licensing, and regulatory alignment. The project isn't launching in one country, it's launching everywhere. The pilot phase includes regional partners in Africa, Asia, South America, and Europe, with on-ground ambassadors and early access programs. The model is clear: mine goals, trade crypto, spend freely. This is football's financial revolution: borderless, decentralized, and consumers first. What makes the project different? Has its own blockchain, has its own built-in exchange, real utility via payments. Based on the most popular sport with billions of potential customers, it's the first project of its kind to offer a complete ecosystem: tech, token, and tribe. If it succeeds, it could redefine the financial foundations of the sport. In a world where fans have become products, FootballGoalCoin asks, what if we made them partners instead?